Sup.
Sup.
Sup. Sup. All right, we all wearing our lucky socks, right?
Oh.
Check. Blue cooler?
Check.
Green cooler?
Check.
Rabbit's foot?
I got 4. Wait.
How you doing?
Sup.
Sup.
Hope everybody's
Sup.
well.
All right, we all wearing our lucky socks, right?
This is
Check. Blue cooler?
Check.
Green cooler?
Check.
Rabbit's
kind of
foot?
like what I like to call Train Wreck Tuesday. Reason being is I've got 3 different projects going, actually 4 projects going at once. How you doing?
Sup.
Sup.
Hope everybody's
Sup.
well. I'm
Right,
coming up
we all
and
wearing our
doing
lucky socks, right?
this is
Check. Blue cooler?
Check.
Green cooler?
view,
Check.
kind
Rabbit's
of
foot?
like what I like to
Battle.
call Train Wreck. I got a ton of figures from the new set. Reason being is I've got 3 different projects going, actually 4 projects going at once. How you doing?
Sup.
Also got
Sup.
plan on coming
We
up
all
and
wearing our
doing
lucky
a
socks, right?
this is
Check. Blue cooler?
Blood Rage.
Check.
I gotta
Check.
finish
Rabbit's
kind
foot?
of like what I like to call Train Wreck. Of course, I've got figures from the new set. What I like to do is get ahead of the schedule here and just kind of do 3 different projects going. Actually, 4 projects going at once. Arcadia Quest, guys. So, also got plan on coming up and doing a this is Blood Rage. Kind of like what I like to call Train Wreck. It's gonna be like all over the place. Figures from the new set. Gonna be on for a little bit. What I like to do is get ahead of the schedule here and just kind of do 3 different projects going. Actually, 4 projects going at once. Arcadia doing this, guys. Just do it live. So, also got plan on coming up and doing this is Blood Rage. Kind of like what I like to call Train Wreck. It's gonna be like all over the place. Figures from the new set. It's gonna be on for a little bit. So that's good. Get ahead of the schedule here. Normal for me. Kind of do 3 different projects. So I think the first thing I'm gonna start with is Arcadia doing this. Always just do it. So also got plan on coming up and doing this is Blood Rage. Kind of like what I like to call Train Wreck. It's gonna be like all over the place. Figures mixed up. It's gonna be on for a little bit. Next, good. Get ahead of pretty much Thursday. Do 3 different projects. So I'm gonna do first thing I'm gonna start with Arcadia doing this. Always just do live on the dice. Also got plan on coming up and doing this is Blood Rage. Audio's moving. You know why? It's gonna be like all over the place. Figures mixed up. It's gonna be on for a little bit. There we go. Audio is no longer looping. At least I don't think it is. Alright, where was I with these guys? I am so tired of painting Blood Rage. This is the last time I'm painting this. This is probably one of the most annoying projects I've ever had to do, but it had to be done. Leather brown. Yeah, I forgot I had the I shut the volume off on the computer, just not on YouTube. Oh, what a disaster. So let's see if we can. Oh, I hate this color already. I've been trying to use a little bit more of these Valeros. They're alright. They're nothing to write home about. Where's the helmet of justice here? Okay, there we go. Alright, first off, let's get this camera a little bit closer. Oh boy, what a mess. With all the kids sick, Mimi's got the worst of it right now. Must how Rob feels when deep in thought with himself. Yeah, pretty much. I just hear echoes. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's do this. I love how I planned all this out. You know, I had everything in the other room. And there we go. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, there we go. And what I'm trying to do is get the handle here for his hammer, his legs, which will mostly be covered. See, that's a little lighter. See, that leather brown will go on nice as a kind of like a dry brush over that. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, and then probably should use a smaller brush for this. Missed your email yesterday. That's because I did not send it, my friend. The way this has got to go, and I don't mind talking about this now if you don't. You know, it's for other people because I really don't hide anything. All right, the big problem is that I'm going to take care of your thing. Now, when is it? It's March, or is it? Yeah, it's March 9th or something like that. Is that correct, Jeff? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you send an email to my wife's account because she's the one that handles that. I'm not allowed to have any, I don't have any credit cards or PayPal accounts because of my job. Everything's ran through my wife. Believe me, I do everything in cash, unfortunately. It's not one of the greatest ways to do things, but it keeps my family safe, and that's what's important. So I'm going to sponsor that thing for the $100 thing. Where are you? How you doing? 3-5? Oh, 3-5? Okay. So not today or tomorrow because I've got to catch up with her to do this. So what I need you to do is send me your PayPal email or whatever to. Oh, actually, I need you to bill me so she can just pay it. Is that correct? Because I don't know how the PayPal thing works. Seems good for Arcadia Quest cell rendering art. Huh? Rob, I've seen you make your own ink washes before. Have you ever tried watercolor washes? No, I haven't. I saw a neat technique where you remove the wash from the highlights with a Q-tip. Oh, that's kind of cool. You know, I'm just very kind of old schoolish when it comes to a lot of things, and I just tend to do things that way. But getting back to you, Jeff, you're going to have to bill me, and I've got to give you her email address. So she'll be home a bit because it's Justin's birthday. And we're actually celebrating it Thursday because Janice has got to work. Everybody's sick, so I can't have my mother all over. The typical how the earth caves in kind of thing. So I think that'll take care of that. Also, I want to thank Jeff personally in front of everybody. He sent a whole bunch of stuff for Dungeon Quest, and the kids saw it, and Dungeon Quest, Dungeon Saga, and the kids went absolutely bonkers over it. Now, I didn't get a chance to go over all of it, but of course they did. They had to study it because now they're all trying to figure out who they want to play. But you said I needed a dragon for it. I remember that and something else. I can't remember what it was. And I want to thank you. That's very kind of you to do. So anyways, I will have her take care of that Thursday or Friday just to what she'll do is she'll just okay the thing, and then you're good to go for that. Now, as far as putting my name on anything, I mean, really, I mean, first of all, nobody in Utah is going to know who the hell I am. So I'm not too worried about that. I mean, if you are able to, promo the site and get a few subscriptions, hey, that's great. If not, I'm not even worried about it. So there you go. Hey guys, just finished painting for now. And surprise, Rob's painting. Yeah, that's all I seem to be doing lately. I like to be done painting for a little while. I do need a break, but it just doesn't seem to be coming lately. Well, trying to finish up all this charity stuff is the real problem here. And I am almost done with it, so I'm glad about that. So, like I said, this isn't too much of a formal thing. I'm just kind of working on 3 different projects, and I just figured I'd put the camera on for a while. Dink, dink. Fit that in there. And then come across there. Let's see. Dragon and 2 more sets of minions for the Inferno expansion and Warlord expansion. I want to promo your site. Need more viewers. Yeah. Utah. I lived there a bit. They're selling the minion sets like the Evil Dead sets you got. Who's selling them? Is it Mantic? I mean, you can go to Mantic's site and get them. Because I'll go buy me a whole bunch of minions. And the kids love that game too. Now they're like, can you get it painted, by the way? I just looked at them with this cold, icy stare. There's no way I am getting that painted by the weekend. I've got too many projects and I've got too many things going on. Yeah, I do. I think I do need more subscriber. Well, actually, I really, I've thought about this, and I really don't in a way. The site is what it is, I guess. I get a lot of people jumping off because they just don't like it, and that's fine. Again, like I'm going to say, you become, this becomes very personal to you, and I don't care who you are. Somebody leaves, it is bothersome. And lately, a lot of people have been leaving, so if they got to go. And of course, you get your nasty grams like I did on my Space Hulk thing because I didn't finish painting. They go, oh my God, I didn't finish the Gene Stealers, so I got oh my God, that paint job's atrocious. Well, I'll tell you what, kid, because it's obviously a kid. I said, first of all, I didn't even really paint the Gene Stealers. All I did was do paint a couple tongues and started them, but I wanted to do the review. Which brings me to one of the reviews that I'm going to be doing very shortly. Battletech. Okay, I'm behind on stuff. Is there an Evil Dead miniature game? I was in West Jordan for 15 years. Doing newer games and labeling the categories based upon how much people search would definitely bring more new people. It's so hard because I'm doing 2 things. I'm doing this site and then I do stuff for the Dice Tower. And I am starting to label and categorize stuff. It's just taking some time, and then of course I do work. And especially when I'm bogged down with some of this charity work, it's kind of hard to really give this the attention that it really needs right now. And this site does need some attention. There's no doubt about it. You know, like I said, the people that stick with me will always be with me, I think. And the people that leave, well, I was just a flavor of the month, whatever. I can't worry about stuff like that. You know, there's just bigger things. I've got charities I've got to take care of. I've got things I want to accomplish, people I want to help grow and take care of, and, you know, the site is never going to make me money. So, I can't worry about who's here, who's not here. I mean, we even got start tomorrow. I got to try to give away another coupon because that person just doesn't follow me anymore and he lost. That's what happens. You leave, you don't even know you're a winner. So we're going to have, it looks like we're going to be giving away, going to the box of goodness and giving away one more certificate, which I don't even know how much it's worth. I'm kind of curious. I should look. I could trace the number if I wanted to, but I don't want it. It's funner that way. And I believe Tony won the $50 one, if I'm not correct. Let's see. Mantic, not my. Okay, I'm backed up on questions here because I'm looking at a thing. Mantic will in the future when they release those expansions, but I did not include the sprues from the Inferno minions from King of War. But I did include. Oh, that's fine. That should be enough minions, don't you think? They're the same minions, just in plastic. That's fine. I'm more than happy. I'm more than grateful. Doing newer games and label the categories based upon. Okay, I carry that. I used to game and mind game stores. Oh, okay. They are the same minions as plastic. Mantic, not mind. Okay, got it. Hey Rob, I love all the content you've been putting out. Please keep up the great work, as it is always a pleasure to watch. Thank you, my friend. That's very, very kind of you and means the world to me. It really does. All you guys that show up, unexpectedly or expectedly, and you come in here and you get to know each other. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better situation than what we've got going here. And I'm very thankful for it. And I'm very thankful for all of you. I can't tell you guys enough. Let's see. Have you watched Tom Vassel's most recent live trap? He got trolled hard. Hard. He got trolled hard, fat, dumb, etc. Comments. Yeah. Whatever. I gave the guy a little back, but something, that's Tom's site. I'm not going to disgrace Tom's site by getting in a pissing match with somebody. And I'm not going to get in a pissing match with anybody anyways. First of all, if they ever saw me in person, I don't think they would be saying too much to me. No. It's always the case. Internet tough guys. They crack me up. I've never tried to be a tough guy in my life. For what? What does it get you? I'd rather help people, make a difference in people's lives, touch people emotionally. I mean, there's been plenty of people I've done things for, and tried to do things for, and it's not about doing things for them. It's about just, I like this place to be a safe haven for people. You work all day, you come home, you have a horrible, horrible day, you deal with life, a boss, this, that, and the other. And I like to think that this is the one place that you can come and just forget about it all for about an hour. That's all. No matter how bad. And maybe even get have something that changes some of the things. I mean, if things are bad, we can help each other. If things are good, we can support each other. I mean, just do things. Just do things different than anybody else. That's all I've ever wanted to do. That's the whole point of this site. It started off a charity thing, and I want to keep it going as a charity thing. I think if you notice what Tom said in the board game breakfast, that I will be supporting the Dice Tower a little bit more. Now, is this going to affect this channel at all? I know that's a big question, and I think I'll address that more tomorrow, but I can tell you most certainly it will not. This channel will remain what this channel is. And that was a big concern when him and I had a discussion. Victoria will not be in the live chat tomorrow as she is not feeling well. She's the one that's caught it the worst. Justin's just coming out of it. He really had a rough weekend. And it was birthday, and he still isn't feeling 100%. I feel bad for him. Poor guy. After the way he tried to Pearl Harbor me, I don't feel that bad, trust me. And next week, I'm going to be doing a live paint through, if I can get it all figured out on his channel. And we will be doing the monsters for Blood Rage. All right, let me read some of these comments. Let me stop for a second here. Okay, there's just a group of idiots that drift around the internet. Yeah, normally they stay away from here. I don't know why. No, there's not an Evil Dead game that I know of. It is what Mantic called its miniature expansions. Yes, that's true. 2 Q&A ago, Tom kind of bugged me by saying most people's questions were not interesting. But he has a huge following, but he hopes he watches what he says. We still follow you, Rob, and that's all that matters, Jeff. Having you guys is all that matters. And Rob, you are growing still. 1473 members is more than it was last week. Yep, sure is. Arcadia Quest Paint Day starts on Saturday. Yeah, I've got to paint my set, so I'm thinking of doing something special. I'm new from 3 hours ago. Well, Rob, welcome. I'm really glad to have you here. It means a lot to have you here. Get to know a lot of the guys, a lot of people here. We always have a decent sized chat. A lot of them are just spur of the moment type of things, but one of the things I like to do is just keep this pretty much where you guys are the biggest part of this. Hey Rob, how did you get started with painting? I can't imagine I could ever have a micro dexterity it takes to do even a decent job painting miniatures. I think mostly I started. Okay, these guys are drying. Hold on, I'll answer that in a second. I'm falling off focus here. I think mostly I started by just. It was models. It was models when I was a kid. I was always interested in the space program. I always had my head up in the stars, and I would see I would buy those model magazines back in the day. Everything was model magazines. There wasn't any internet stuff the way you have it now. And wait every month to get those and my comic books down at the pharmacy. I remember my father was a cop. He was a lieutenant, and he would work these crazy shifts, and then he'd come home, and he had a side business where he would do landscaping and shoveling snow. So whenever there was a snowstorm, we had the day off from school, but it really wasn't a day off. He'd throw us in the car or the truck, and we'd go shovel snow like all day. And come home cold, wet, exhausted, and get handed $5. Now back then, that was like gold because comic books were 20 cents, magazines were like 50 cents, and oh my God, that's pretty much how it went. All right, we got this little creep here. Let's just try to put a little brown on him, where there's brown, which is his bow. And with these guys, I just try. As you can see, I'm bouncing all over the place. I'm doing Arcadia Quest, I'm doing Battletech, and I'm doing Blood Rage. When you got a color out, you can have a game plan and you try to use it to the max. And that's how I roll, gentlemen. There were a couple things I wanted to address. Okay, let me see. I agree with you, Uncle. I used to really like Tom and the Dice Tower. The best thing they have done was lead me to Rob and my other favorite reviewers. Well, Joe, that's really, really nice. It means a lot. Hey Jeff, where are you at? I wonder if I knew you or had a gamer friend that you know. Come on, Pope Rob. You had a giant teddy bear. A giant teddy bear. Farmington? Farmington, Utah? Yeah. Part of Nugs and Salcon. Next year, Dice Tower Kickstarter stretch goals should be you and Sam in a boxing match. Fatal. Oh, no, that'd be silly. People want to see that stuff. Or sumo suits. Perfectly happy to sub boxing for sumo one. Jeff, no. Farthest north I went was Comics, Utah, and Salt Lake City. Did you ever know a guy named Rob Tosh? Okay. I had it all last week. I understand must be throughout Florida or something. Yeah, it is just wiping everybody out. I think Sam would get destroyed, but would be fun to see. Sam's a good guy. You guys just have no idea what a good guy Sam is. Happy birthday, Justin. Happy birthday, Justinator. Yeah, the Justinator. That kid don't lose. And then his sister's another one. She's real cagey. And me and Janice just fight with each other. That's how they get us. Because she won't go after Justin. She will not go after Justin. A couple things I had to bring up. I'm just trying to think as I'm doing some of this stuff. Just want to get some of these polls done. Please play a game of Pandemic, highly thematic with the current family illness. Yeah. They played it on, they liked that game. We haven't even cracked open Legacy yet, along with about 5,000 other games that I have. The real question for Saturday is, and this drives me nuts because they're thinking they want to do something, and Black Plague Zombicide Black Plague's out, so they're thinking about that. They're thinking about 19 other things. Did you do the powerlifting competition yet? No, that is on the 21st of April. I am in intensive training for it. I went up and I put on about 20 pounds, and now I'll just come down 25, believe it or not. But the whole point was to get the extra 6 pounds of muscle that I'm going to try to develop. And I'm looking to break the state record, and that's what I plan on doing for my age group. And I will break it. It's something very personal to me, and I will win it. I'm telling you right now. Ooh, not sure if Victoria and Janice have heard yet, but new episodes of the Powerpuff Girls will be out in April. Oh God, I gotta tell them. It's official. Blood for the Blood God Citadel paint color is sticky as heck. Yeah, it's like mud. I actually shook it once while a lid was jar. Oh, got all over my hands. Yeah, it's tough to get off. At least you know it coats well, May. Okay, let's see. Okay. I think some people may be a little overly critical of Tom. He's a disconcerting gamer, which is one of the big reasons he's been successful. You know, you really have to look, and I'm not saying this because I know those guys. I'm not saying it because, I do things for those guys. Here's the bitter truth, okay? This guy started out with nothing, and he's created an empire, okay? He doesn't want to call it an empire, but it is growing by the day. And, I like helping him. I have ideas I'm going to take my little show and bring it there and really make a big difference there. And I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for anything else except that I like those guys and I believe in what they do. Listen, not everybody's going to love you. I mean, it's as simple as that. And it's easy to attack the guy on the top. And a lot of people do that because, to be truthful, he is the guy on top, you know? And I don't think there's any other board gaming site out there that's as successful as his or as smart as his. I mean, this man is brilliant, and if you saw behind the scenes how he thinks, he knows what he's doing all the time. Sometimes, maybe not, but he'll let you know that. So, Black Plague, still family thematic, yeah. Rob, all those minis you're painting, are they for auctioneers or are any of them for your own collection? These are my own collection right here. Auction. I'm going to be doing a review on this in 2 weeks, so I need to get all these done. I've got a box over there filled with them over there. And this week on Board Game Breakfast, I'm going to be looking at the minis from Halo Fleet Battles. And then I'm going to be doing the review this week for Halo Fleet Battles. That way I keep in the thematic of it all. I've got those finally painted. I did those yesterday. And that's pretty much it. Good luck breaking those tech records. Good luck breaking the state record. I currently have been hitting the gym, but my goals are set a bit lower. I'll be happy not to get winded going to the bathroom. Hello, Jeff. My baby brother just posted a video where he deadlifts 695. He's become a monster. I'm pretty close to 695 for my age. But I've got to be careful. I can't overdo it. I'm at 6. I wanted to get to 695. Well, actually, I wanted to get to 7. I think I could 7 it, but I have to get up and work every day, and I'm not a young man, and it takes a lot more to recover. I'm actually a very old man. So for the seniors, if I can post, anywhere from 15 to 1,600 pounds total for 3 events. The one I'm doing is 2 events. It's deadlift and benching. If I can do, I'm hoping to do 952. I know 950 will beat it. I know I can do easy 11 with those 2 events. But enough about powerlifting. Again, I have nothing against Tom, but I just wanted to point out. Oh, no, I'm not taking it that you had anything that you don't hold a Q&A and then tell your audience that the questions aren't good enough or not interesting enough. Well, I didn't see it. So, I really, unfortunately, Uncle May, I really don't have anything to say about it. But, duly noted. And I can see where, some people will be turned off by that. But you have to understand, how he talks. He's just, very blunt at times, and he doesn't mean anything by it. And again, That's just my opinion of it. Have you gotten Dragon Tide yet? Yes, I do. If you can't find it, it might be due to AJL having issues paying their bills for shipping, such as per a Kickstarter update. No, I got mine. Thank God. Rob, what supplements do you use? Well, at night, my wife likes to bake chocolate chip cookies. I'll have a couple of those. In the morning when I wake up, I pee, have a glass of water. That's pretty much. Actually, I just take vitamins. I don't use supplements. I don't need them. The sad part, though, is 90% of the questions in the QA are either repeats and easily found answered, so he spends more time skipping questions than answering them. That's true. It's kind of tough. Wow. Was squatting 925 in high school. Would love to still be able to do that. Boy, that's a lot of weight. That is a lot of weight. Okay. I had a plan here. It completely went out the window. Okay. Let's see where I am with these clowns. Alright. So if I do that. Yeah, that makes about sense. Okay, so these guys got to dry, so I'm going to put Blood Rage guys aside. I love the Dice Tower, but now I have zero interest in the Q&As. LOL. That's all I mean, I guess. No, that's fine. In regards to Tom V, my wife says he has no filter. Same thing she tells me every time I talk to her friends. I'll be honest with you. I think when I was with Barry Reynolds, I don't think I really censored myself that much. I mean, there were a couple of YouTubers that were in my mind when I was talking about some of the things that I found kind of annoying. And they're very successful sites, and it's not because they're successful, it's because, people come to YouTube for a couple things. One, to get away from the world. Two, to find answers to things. And three, to become part of something. They don't have much hope sometimes. And this is their way to just see a hobby and just get away from how just nasty the world can be. And the world is a nasty place. What do we got here? German Gray. That's what we want. And it's just getting worse every day. They just want to forget their problems. So they come there for a lot of ways. They come for hope. And you find a charismatic guy that'll give you that hope. Well, what happens? You start to, believe in his site. You go, wow, this guy really got it right. This is better than watching TMZ or reality TV. This guy is doing something and I'm interested and I'm buying into it and I'm buying into this guy. Well, what happens? The next second, he's out there with his hand out, like an evangelist almost in some ways. A crooked evangelist. There are good ones out there, I'm sure. And he said, hey, I'll give you all the hope you want. I'll do these things and give you all the hope you want. But you know something? I sure can use a brand new camera. I sure can use this. Production costs, I'd really like to do more videos for you. But boy, and he'd have his hand out. And that's the problem I always have. If you're running it and it's your business and you've got employees and you say, hey, listen, the only way I'm going to get this going is if you guys help me. Well, that I understand, and that doesn't bother me. It's a business. It's your livelihood. It's your responsibility to go out, to try to I'm trying to find a guy I want to start this on. Boy. I think that's a little too dark. Well, let's find out. We'll use this guy. That's a dark gray, boy. We'll lighten that up. That's okay. But they hold their hands out and they want your money. and they want you to give them a living. So you're out there working hard so they can sit home and do the things that they love to do. Meanwhile, you may be, doing everything you can, and you're handing them a buck or $10 or whatever every time they need it. One guy has a thing up, hey, you want to see me at Gen Con? Help me pay for it. Really? How many of you want to go to Gen Con? If you want to go to Gen Con, pay your own way to Gen Con. If you can't go to Gen Con, then, hey, there's plenty of people that can't, and there's ways that you can entertain them to make them maybe take their mind off it or find out information and pass it on. But hey, I'm going to give you $10 so you can show me all the things and you can have a great time and you can get all those games early. Nah, eat egg whites. That's what I say. Okay, where were we? Oh, did I lose everybody after that? Now, where I went, our coach was a power lifter like Rom. Actually, I'm more, I've been more of a football player, more sports. I've always lifted. This powerlifting thing is something I really believe that I can do. For some reason, genetically, I'm very, very strong for my age. And I feel very uncomfortable in the gym lately because I've been going, and this guy who runs the golds here, well, not doesn't run it, he's one of the workers here. Every time he sees somebody from the competition committee, he goes, my money's on this guy, and I just don't like that. He's going to win the whole thing. I know he's going to win, and I just don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear I'm going to win. I mean, in my head, I know what I have to do, but I just don't. I just feel very, very uncomfortable with that kind of talk. I know it sounds strange, but I mean, it's very true. I just don't, I just want to go out and do my thing and then go home to my pretty queen of the known universe, as we call her here. Let's see. What are your wife's favorite games? How often does she play? Always looking for games to get my girlfriend more into board games, card games. She was on here last week at the Q&A, and it was kind of funny. She basically came on because she made the new box of goodness on the Q&A, and she never shows up in front of the camera, so you can see my face as she's walking in, and I'm like, okay, what are you up to? Or, is everybody okay? Is there something wrong? And the first thing she goes, and she tells everybody, I don't like games. I'm not into games. I rather watch Arrow and The Flash and my reality TV. She goes, but to give my support to the channel, she said, I made the box of goodness. And one side has manly stuff and the rest of it all has girly stuff. Because this house is very much a girl powerhouse. As you will see when Tina jumps aboard. We've got some fun things planned together. And we're going to talk about it on Sunday. Okay, so let's go on. This is my fave channel because it's only channel I know where we can talk to you, Rob, and I'm talking the other gamers at the same time. Still amazed Jeff in Utah and Neutral still has an awesome name. Yeah, Neutral has a cool name. Joe Nardo. I also love miniature gaming, and I think that's why I connect to his channel. Thank you. I think you guys are really going to like the Halo review, and I think you're going to like the models I painted up. I made sure that these were perfect, especially since I got blowed up over the whole Gene Stealer's not being painted. But my Space Marines looked alright. Ooh, I hate trolls. I like new trolls. Get that one? Uh-huh. Oh my goodness. Well, if it isn't my fourth daughter, Tina the board gamer. How are you, princess? How's school? You must be exhausted. Missed the wife in the Q&A. I'll have to circle back and check it out. Yeah, it was pretty funny when she made her debut. uh, wow, I'm surprised you're still awake. Did you get any sleep at all, Miss Tina? My Halo is still on sprues in the box on the top of my bookshelf. Yeah, I've got I got it all put together. I did it yesterday as I was working on like 9 other things. I'm almost completely done with the Battle of the Five Armies, The Hobbit, not Lord of the Rings, and also this whole BattleTech thing. And I can't wait to be done with this Arcadia Quest thing. This is the guy you'll see next episode, how we put him together. See, this is like some of the guys from YouTube. It's kind of like, now listen here. If you guys give me money, yes, I will put more content. See how he's got his fingers crossed? And I promise you, I will give you full cover of Gen Con as well as every other con. I'll be there, but let me tell you, I'll be thinking of you guys all the way. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting me and sending me everywhere on the planet. It means so much to me. Isn't that right? And thanks to you and your donations, I was able to afford this very lovely girlfriend. As you can see, she has very expensive taste. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I do. Now, I think you should have them ask us for a new convertible. What do you think? Listen, I will do a review of Battlelore painted if, only if, I can raise the funds needed. You tell him, babe. Okay, enough of that. My acting's horrible. Let's get back to the questions. Good evening, guys. My hair is still on the shit. Just home and eating dinner. 4 hours. That's not good. Rob, I was YouTubing Imperial Salt when I came across you being interviewed a few days ago. What better form of dinner entertainment than watch you paint live? Rob's happy, fluffy clothes. Yeah, I have lost it. I think I just found his new segment, Rob Puppet Hour. And I thought my best one was the Space Cadet one. Tina, you saw that one, right? When we sent the guy on the mission, and meanwhile the other guy was like showing off to the girl. Puppet Hour, yeah, I should do Puppet Hour. I bet she demands only deluxe board game versions, of course. I already donated money to that miniature to go to Laughter at 45 after. Yeah, the rest of it was boring. Just me ranting about things. All right, so we got these guys kind of settled here. All right, clear off this brush here. And let's get a couple hairdos done while we can. I don't know what it is about. Oh, there we go. Is that? I've got so many paints laying around here. Oh, there we go. Is that it? Yeah. All right. Well, it's true. I mean, how many of these guys? It's funny because you struggle. You really do. You know, you decide to be brave, and it does take amount of bravery to get in front of a camera and say, "Hey, I'm going to tell you something of what I feel or what I think." Oh, be back later. Got to go pick up a trade I did with another gamer. You're always wheeling and dealing, Jeff. Always wheeling and dealing. But like I was saying, it's very hard for you to get in front of a camera and then go, well, you know something? I do this and I want to share it with the rest of you because you leave yourself wide open to all types of criticisms. So you decide to do it, and let's face it, I don't care who you are, where you come from, how you're raised, how thick skinned you are. Criticism is hard because then you have self doubt. But you'll go on YouTube and you'll look around and see, oh God, the guy's doing the same thing I'm doing, and he's doing it better than I am. And you can't look at what somebody else is doing. That is like the kiss of death for you because you're always going to be unsure of yourself. That's why I really don't watch a lot of other channels. But there is a jealousy that I think that happens, and people will attack under different names and do anything they can to make themselves feel better or feel wanted and say, you know something, I'm trying to do this and I'm competing at the same thing. And it is a competition, and you leave yourself open to it. And the minute you let yourself get sucked into that vortex, then it's not fun anymore. So that's why I always try to be very supportive of a lot of people. If somebody does something, listen, I'm not the best painter in the world, but you know something? I leave myself with the idea that this is something I enjoy and that what I try to do is bring some joy into people's lives. No, I'm not the best, but I want people to discover how to paint. I want people to discover different board games or miniature games because that was such a big part of my life. You know, life is very, very tough. And growing up, as a lot of you have found out, because a lot of you are my age, or some of you maybe are just, maybe not, or a lot younger. And what happens is that you find out that life will just keep on kicking you, and you just wait for your break, and you go, when am I going to get my break? But a lot of times you just want to get away from the daily grind, and stuff like this will just take and open up, you know, it opens up a door. It gives you a sense of relief, a sense of peace, and to share that with other people and let people discover it for themselves. I find that that's all I've ever wanted to do, and that's what I want to accomplish with this channel. See, I should leave her be because I need to do her red. She's another blondie, so we're going to also put blondie on her. I always put Xandri Dust, which is a dirtish brown, before I try to lighten her hair because of the black undercoat. Now, if I did white, it would be all right, but still, that yellow's a very tough color to pull off, especially with minis. Very, very tough color, and you've got to have it exactly on a certain way, and it's got to be coated a certain way. I think I might spend a whole episode just on that. Also, this week, what the heck else? Oh, we're going to have Miss Tina with us, of course, on Sunday, as we are going to be running a test on YouTube and Google Hangouts, and from that point on, Tina will be joining us on our chats all the time. I don't know if we'll still keep the Wednesday chat. I'll think about that. I really don't want to string myself out until I'm burnt out. I've done it a few times. You know, I'm the only one. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say I was the only one that didn't get sick. Yeah, so what do? I say it anyways. What a dork. So what I do is I like to undercoat with the Xandri dust, because if I wanted to, I could pull it off as a blonde, as a dirty blonde. And it's more realistic, I think. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Because you didn't donate, I have no force but to kill you all. And now, my boyfriend, I've killed his girlfriend and everyone else around him because you didn't give enough. But I do have nice hair. See how it flows? I really am losing it. Let's see. In a way, he reminds me of Bob Ross minus the fro. Yeah, I don't have any hair. While listening to Rob, I'm watching my oldest play Orcs Must Die 2, which is a cool game. He really, really wants the board game, so I hope it turns out good. Cespa, on my channel, I have a Bob Ross remix and just watched Rob's oil paint show yesterday. It's called Canvas Stories, which I have 3 more that I have to do. Yeah, yeah, they added him to Netflix, and my 7-year-old daughter was in awe. Huh. His studio was down the road in New Smyrna. Oh, that's right. He wasn't far from here. Cess, where are you from? Because I'm in Grand Island. How do we join the Hangout chat? The Hangout chat will be attached to a YouTube, so you'll be able to come in on it. I'm off for tonight. Have a good evening. Jamstrat, sorry to bore you to death. Have a good one. Take it easy. Rob, I think it's sleep deprivation kicking in. No, actually, I do sleep a lot, believe it or not. Even though I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Usually I go to bed about 8. Because I'm old. Alright, so. Got him. Oh, let's do him while we got him out. I usually just like getting their hair done to a certain point. I just had the brush on. I'm working in Daytona, but I live in Deltona. Oh, all right. So you're not too far from me. You're about a half hour. Not even. Deltona. Let's see. Are you going to that prototype thing? It's 8 o'clock now. Is it bedtime? No, I'm going to stay up a little longer. Tina, if you can only get 4 hours of sleep, I think I can only get 7. And I'll be all right. I'll survive. I will survive, young lady. Did you get all your homework done? Tina and I are going to be talking. Well, most of it's going to be a test, but I think we'll just field a few questions on Sunday, just to, number one, get everybody used to the new format. Number two, what we're going to want to do is we are going to formulate a few things and just make sure that you guys can hear us, see us, and all that other fun stuff. So that's why I think I'll put it on live for a little bit, and then we'll go private and talk for a bit. I know Mimi's got like a million things to say to you. Also, there is a prototype convention this weekend. I'm going to go down and see who I can mingle with and see if there's something I can do for them on the channel, for free, of course. If it's a game that I think would fit the channel, I'll ask them, do you want me to show it on the channel? I think that's kind of a good idea. Helps them, helps me. So I'll bring my camera. Then Saturday in Ocala, there's a comic book convention, and the girls want to get all dressed up and go. So we're going to go for a few hours, and come back, and we're going to be playing live. Okay, so finished up some more work tonight. Ugh, you poor thing. Uncle May, yes, very much looking forward to it. I'm shy, so take it easy on me. I'll do all the talking. You're shy. You're not shy. You're quiet, but not shy. You can be quite outspoken when you want to, young lady. And don't worry, everybody will go easy on you. Matter of fact, you've got your human meat shield right here. The prototype thing, or is it a private event? It is in Kissimmee. It is not a private event. You get to go play all the games there. I actually have to go there and meet with Tom because he's coming up, and just meet with him about a few things. So I'm going. It's $30 for a whole weekend. I'm only going for a day. I really don't need much more than that. What do I want to do now? Oh, okay. See where I'm bouncing all over the place? I just logged in. I see Battletech figures. Yes. Probably 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be doing a review on Battletech, so I'd like to have these painted up and ready so they look nice. I mean, they're coming along. I've got a big box here. Here's an old box. I'm going to tell you a story about this box. This gentleman here was a good friend of mine. He had a store. It was called Fathers and Son up in Connecticut when I lived there. He had a little boy, and he loved gaming, and I would go there every once in a while. He was a little out there. Here's some of the guys I got done so far, but I still got to do the highlights on him. He was very, very big into gaming, had his own gaming store, and it was called Fathers and Son. And he had a little boy. Well, he had a heart attack and passed away. I never found out what happened to the boy, but he was such a nice man. And I think of him all the time. He really showed me a lot of different things, and he was quirky, but I think of him, and he had gave me this box, and it was full of figures that he didn't want, and he sold to me, and I just never got rid of the box. I'm weird that way. Very sentimental type of clown. Okay, let's see. Is there a website for the prototype event? I believe it's called Prototype Con. You can find it there. Do people buy old Warhammer 40K figures still? I think so. I'm actually, I never sell any of my figures, but I must have almost like 800 points in War Machine, and I just don't want it. We don't play it. We don't care about it. We lost all interest in it. I should put it up on eBay. I just haven't had the mustard to do it yet. Gray. I had gray here somewhere. Aha. There we go. Found it. Let's move these cards over. Okay, so we went from Arcadia Quest, we did some Battletech, and now we're going back to Blood Rage. This is how you go all over the place. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Alright, let's find us a little itty bitty brush. As good as anything. And let's grade up there. Let's see. All my Battletech figures are the old metal ones. Do you like metal or plastic? Honestly, I kind of like You know, I always loved the metal because it felt like I had something when I had all metal figures. But I tend to be leaning towards the plastic, only because the detail has just been so amazing lately. I don't know what to tell you. I think I'm losing it. That's too gray. I will darken that up later. Oh, how I hate painting Blood Rage. I hate it almost as much as I hate Forbidden Stars. And when I'm done with this, I will never paint this again. How's that? It sounds like a commitment there, if you ask me. I just sold before Xmas about $1,500 worth when I bought the first wave with the game. All my BattleTech figures are old metal ones. Do you like metal or plastic? Oh, I do like the metal ones. I thought you were talking about Warhammer 40K stuff. Sorry. Oh wow, that's great. I found some boosters boxes at Goodwill this week, but didn't know if anyone would want them. Wow, that's amazing. Goodwill, sometimes you can hit the jackpot. That is a cool place. All right. No, that's not going to fit you. Oh, take care, everyone. Very much enjoyed this live session. Hope to see everyone in the next one. I bought all the D&D adventure game systems, all the Eldritch Horror and Thunderbird's 50th, and all the Elder Signs. Oh yeah, Justice League board game because I like HeroClix. Well, there you go. See you later, my friend. Let's see. Let's close that up. I love to see how companies make their plastic minis. Um, I actually did a whole thing on that. And that's going to be some more of the things I'm going to be covering soon. Because I've been investigating a lot of things, why minis are so, shall I say, crappy lately. Also, what they do is a lot of it is just the plastic and it goes into this compression into a mold. And they just crank these molds out until the molds crack. And then they just slip in another mold. Some are metal molds, some are silicone molds. It just depends on what they're trying to shape. I've actually molded stuff myself. Matter of fact, you can't tell, but this guy here, I molded myself. Yes, I did. You can tell because the bottom's rounded, and I need to sand it. I molded that out of silicone mold. I said I need more of those guys, so I made my own. It was a two-part mold. I built dungeons. Yes, Tina, if you ever need more dungeon pieces, let me know. All right, there's that. Let's get this last hammer over here. Rob, you hate painting Blood Rage. Is that because you've painted that box so many times? Yes. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I run a board game charity event, so I picked up a lot of board games at thrift shops to increase our library size. That's awesome. It does seem like the mini detail varies. Would be curious to know why. I think it's because they're trying to use a cheaper plastic, and it is just causing bedlam with a lot of stuff. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, so I got that done. So I'm going to take that same gray. I think I'm going to paint a couple BattleTech guys. That very gray. Let's see how it looks on one of them. Okay, you're that color. And you, my friend, which one? Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the victim? Actually, it's going to be you and you. Sorry there, buddy. But you are going to be the first victim of this new color. I'm just going to smear on, because we're going to wash over you anyways. What I'll do is I'll get the base on, and then just I will lose it with detail. Okay, let's see. Rob, I'm going to get a nap now before I get work done tonight. I'll talk to you soon. Good night, Tina. I'll send you an email tonight or when I wake up in the morning. All right. What time is it? Oh my God, it's 8:07. Tina went to bed earlier than I did. How about that? All right. Perfect. That's what I want. I know it's an ugly, ugly gray, but it's going to serve its purpose very soon. Oops. So once that dries, dry a little darker, and then when you put the wash over it, that's when it'll get all the detail in there. And then we'll highlight it, and all will be right in the world. And I'll actually use a black wash over this guy, or these guys. I usually like to do them in 5s colors. At least the smaller guys, I'll make a unit. Everybody loves Battletech. This is what they should have done with that Golem Arcana. They should have just made a Battletech. I mean, they would have made a fortune. It would have been a gold mine. Because it almost used that type of rule set. It was all based D100 and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it was just, don't even get me started. I mean, they had a vision. They were very, very brave in what they did. It just didn't work out for them, and I feel bad for them. But, you know, they can be proud of themselves because they took a shot at it. And I think that is commendable, to really just go out there and get it. How many of us would try? But if you have a dream, a vision, you know, you got to find out. Do you use anything special to keep the brush tip pointy? I wash them, and then I wash them really, really good, and then a lot of times I will just roll them. Like I'll take, after I wash it, and I'll roll it onto the thing like so. I'll show you. Like I have water here, and I just kind of roll the brush, and then that's when I put it away. And that seems to help, believe it or not. I'll be talking extensively about a lot of this stuff in the next 101 Remastered. Actually, I think the next one is about primers. We're going to talk heavily about primers and clear coat and why we use them. What is their purpose? Why are they here? Let's see. Black primer. I notice you always use black primer. Do you use black primer on all projects, or do you just chance base on a project? I use black now. I switched to medium gray. I use whatever I can get my hands on, to be honest with you. Hi, Rob. Just got home. Hope things are going well. What are you working on? BattleTech. I'm working on Arcadia Quest and Blood Rage all at once. Somebody's going to just watch this video later and they're going to go, this video is probably going to get more hate than you can ever imagine. Because it's really not a painting video. It's just, I think it's more of a discussion video about painting. You know, I'm just sitting here and you guys are basically keeping me company while I do this. Actually, I'm losing track of what I'm doing more than anything else. But that's okay. It's nice to hear from Tina. We used to talk a lot more, but school really has been draining for her, and I feel horrible for her. She's such a good kid. Well, I'm really looking forward to Sunday and us getting everything figured out. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. I've got so many plans and dreams in my head with this channel. And like I said earlier, you know something? I'm really not worried. I used to be worried. I mean, there's a couple of people I really want to pass as far as subscribers just to prove a point, because they're a couple of the jerks that are in this business, or I guess you could call it business. If you make videos, it could be considered a business. I mean, if you get enough subscribers, you do get paid. Let's see. Let's read some more things. Just go home. Have you ever thought of using Citadel glaze paints or dry paints? I do. I have plenty of them, and I do use them quite a bit, believe it or not. I have a couple blue glazes that I use on things, and I have to go get a glaze for those girls, as a matter of fact. I realized I didn't have the proper glaze that I wanted for them. What 2016 game releases are you excited about? I want to take a look at the Conan thing. I'm excited about... I was excited about Besieged. I'm really curious about that. As far as anything else, I really don't know enough about enough things that are out there to really get super excited about it. I like to think that there's some big things on the horizon. I think Blood Bowl and what Games Workshop does with the independent line, or the specialty games coming back, I think that's what I'm most excited about, to be honest with you. Because a lot of things, they say are coming out, it's almost like video games. Oh yeah, it'll be out this, and they don't come out. They get delayed and delayed and delayed. Either it's shipping or this or that or whatever. But I just found out that there's a game coming out that's supposed to be World War II tanks. And somebody had wrote me about it, and I'm really curious about it now. And I want to see what it's all about. It's supposed to be out in the next couple weeks. It's supposed to be by the same people that do Flames of War. But it's supposed to be a shortened tank game that you play pretty much on a battlefield, and I'm very curious about that. Geez, I mean, as far as anything else, not much. I'm kind of somebody that I'll start to research things when it comes closer. But if I look too far ahead and get excited about something, I'll lose my mind. I really will. Because I'm the type of guy that wants it, and I want it now. Not later. Don't tell me. That's like a video game, like that No Man's Land for the PS4. I want to play that game. They told me about it 2 years ago. Well, guess what? I don't care about it. No. I don't want to know about games coming out 2 years from now because I don't even know if I'm going to be alive 2 years from now. I'll be lucky if I'm alive 2 years from now. I'm an old fart. Okay, let's answer a few more questions, and we finally got Drop Zone Commanders to the table. The 9-year-old loved it. I told you. Of course he trounced me, and he should. You should always let him trounce you. Don't be like me and have to beat my kids. Scythe, I don't know anything about it, Rob. Drop Zone Commander, I'm going to be addressing in the next couple of weeks. I do need to get a few more things to have all the armies. I want to contact Hawk, and I want to see if I do something for the Dice Tower, if they'll send me some more stuff, and I'll promote the heck out of it. Hey, 100,000 people. I'd like them to put something together, and I'll pay for it and have them send it over and give them some free publicity because they seem like pretty good guys, and maybe see if they'll be interested in the Dice Tower stuff and the channel here. Do you and Sam plan to play 1v1 Arcadia Quest? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to be practicing with the kids because I've never played the game yet. But this time I'm going to practice because I know it's killing him that he's lost the last 2 times to me. Drop Zone Commander, I got it. I got a ton of it painted. And I don't know if you were here, but my review for next week, this week was Space Hulk. Next week is Halo Fleet Battles. I think you're really going to enjoy that by Spartan Games. Really, 2 companies that I really, really admire, Hawk Games and Spartan Games. And, I'm not somebody to go, hey, I do this for this one, but, I do want to give them some promotion and let them know about it. How long does Drop Zone take to set up to play? 10 minutes. Not even. 5. I'll do it for you because Justin wants to play. Maybe I'll do a live thing of that at some point. That'd be kind of cool. All right. It is 18 after 8. I have to be up at 4. Thanks for watching me I don't even know what I did here. I got these guys kind of under control for Blood Rage. I got the Battletech stuff well on its way. I've got Arcadia Quest where I can start taping some stuff, and that's really what I want to do. So there you go. I mean, we're getting right to where I need to be and finish strong this week. It's a classic miniature game with terrain rather than a board. It's measuring and stuff, and you use those type of systems. It's probably not hard. No, it's not hard at all. It actually plays on a board. Drop Zone Commander. It comes on a nice little map that you play on. You guys really enjoy it. So I want to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Don't forget, tomorrow we have a Q&A tomorrow, and I will be addressing a whole bunch of surprises, and guess what? Probably giving away another gift certificate. Until tomorrow, guys, have a great evening. It's been great. We'll talk to you soon.